What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Mxney Grand National Series here on Fox Sports 1. We are at the one, the only, Talladega Super Speedway. Getting ready to go here. And oh boy, somebody's already having issues. Who is it? It's a 77, Bobby Labonte in a 77 car. Having some problems here. That's very unfortunate, because that comes right before the drop of the green flag, but hopefully they can get that fixed and whatever it is isn't too serious and they can get them back out there. But for the first time this season, we are at the 2.66 mile super speedway here in Talladega County of Alabama. This is gonna be a wild one. I already know it. Paul Menard, that speed from Texas. Man, it carried right over here to Talladega. He's got a fast car in these super speedways and faster racetracks, and hopefully we'll see if we can put one together and get a win here in the Grand National Series. But to his outside, he's got Kevin Harvick, who won a whole bunch of them last year. He's starting second here, but also a good shot at winning this race. Then behind them was the 2 of Clint Bowyer, got taken out at Texas, and the 26 of Cleaver, who Bowyer held up just off turn 4. Cleaver was on his way to get that first career win. Ultimately, it was stolen away by Kasey Kahne as Bowyer held him up for just a second, and it was just long enough for Kasey Kahne to swoop in and steal the victory away. Kahne is not in this race here today, but rounding out the top 5 is Joe Nemechek in the 87, with Mark Martin starting to his outside as we come through the tri-oval. Green flag is waving. We are racing from Talladega. Off turn 2 for the first time, heading down the super stretch. The back straightaway here at Talladega. In the 3 and 4, Harvick trying to hang on to the lead. Here comes the 9 of Scott Riggs on the bottom to take it away from him. 4 wide behind, but remember, this track is a little bit wider than Daytona. They can make that work here as long as everybody holds their line. It doesn't mean it will work, but it has a better shot at working than it does at Daytona. You see them go 4 wide at Daytona, you're about ready. You're sure that they're going to wreck. You're just waiting on it to happen. As we complete the first lap here at Talladega, though, it's all Scott Riggs out in front, as he has cleared the rest of the pack, now trying to control the lanes. Side by side behind them, rookie Brad Coleman and another rookie, David Stremme. Side by side, here comes... Well, wait, is Stremme a rookie? Here comes Stremme, though, on the bottom. The 9 of Riggs almost seemed to have gave it up, as he didn't even try to go down to the bottom of the block. I guess he figures it's too early to do all that blocking here. You see the 10 of Dave Blaney, though, up into the mix, down on the bottom, trying to take second away. Doesn't have good help. Kristoloff fell back a little bit, but he has more help than the 9 car does. Dead even down the back stretch, 3 wide once again as we head down the back straightaway. Here comes Riggs back underneath, looking for the lead once again. Stremme and Riggs trading the lead back and forth. 4 wide off turn 4. Oh boy, that's a tight squeeze. I'm surprised they were able to make it work, but luckily they did. Oh, car in the grass. Look out, look out, look out, look out, look out. David Gilliland this week in the 25. down in the grass, but he saves it. I cannot believe that wasn't a wreck. We keep it green here from Talladega. Cars, they're in the wall now, and we got big trouble. Reagan up on top of the safer barrier, and a big crash off turn number 2. It's the huge one at Talladega. Cars are everywhere on the back straightaway. Caution is out. Racing back around to the yellow flag. Who's it gonna be? It looks like it's gonna be Scott Riggs. Tony Stewart works his way into second, battling behind for every single spot they can get. Most of the field is gone. There's the yellow flag right there. The flag man waving it in the air as the 9 of Riggs crosses the line to take the caution flag. And look at how many destroyed race cars there are. My goodness, that 6 car got launched up on top of the safer barrier. Caution is out for the first time today, and in a big way here as we go back and watch the replay and see just what happened to bring out the first caution. Looks like just they got stacked up on top of each other there. The 20 of Hamlin gets into the 21 of Harvick, and let me slow it down just a little bit more just so we can have more time to figure out what just happened. So yeah, the 20 gets into the back of the 21, sends him down into the 88, then he slides back up across the nose of Menard, collects Krisloff, and poor David Reagan, already up against the outside wall, just gets squeezed and goes airborne. Gets into the catch fence with the back of the car and rides along the safer barrier. The whole right side scraping against the fence. And then more cars. Huffman back up into the outside wall with Harvick. And now cars trying to check up behind. Getting stacked up. You see Gilliland gets into the 2 of Boyer. Pretty hard impact right there. Nowhere for Alex Garcia in the 98 to go. And then the entire track just gets blocked. You see the 05 of, is that Brett Rowe? Yeah, Brett Rowe in the 05 trying to get by. It's just nowhere to go. The track is completely blocked. The inside, nowhere to go. The outside, completely clogged. And there's cars everywhere. You see the 01 of Danny Eflin getting lifted up by Eric McClure down the backstretch. He gets sent around for a couple donuts in the infield. Let's watch this again. It's absolute melee here. And has now brought out the red flag here from Talladega. Look at that 6 car up on top of the safer barrier. And then more cars just keep piling in and piling in. Nowhere for these guys to go. Just a big crash. You see the 16 of Biffle involved. Man, this is some wild, wild stuff here from Talladega. Got one more view of it. Let's take a look at that before we go into our break. There they go. The 6 of Reagan into the catch fence. Big time carnage. Down the back straightaway. 16 of Biffle. The 77, or no, that's the 11. The 1 of Yaley getting pushed out on the back stretch. Bunch of cars torn up in this one. First caution of the day. First red flag of the day. Wow, just a huge wreck. We'll see how many cars we got left in this thing after that, and get this back underway here after this. Welcome back to Talladega. Scott Riggs is your leader after a massive one took place, wiping out about half of our cars. Got 24 of them left on the racetrack here. Greg Biffle's still on pit road. They're trying to work on that car and see if they can get him back out there. Through the trioval though. The green flag is back in the air. We're racing once again from Talladega. Couple cars dropping out of line, going to the back. As Tony Stewart looks for some help, he gets up in front of David Stremme in the 22 car, trying to get a bit of a run down the back stretch. Back down to the bottom now. Oh boy. 3 wide as the 28 of Jeff Green just absolutely forced his way in there on the bottom, and now goes up the block. Everybody seems to just kind of be moving lanes right now, trying to test things out, see what line gets more momentum when. We've still got a decent amount of competitive cars left, and right as I said that, we about junked them. And we are junking them. Up and over. Juan Pablo Montoya on his roof. And we got another big crash on the back straightaway. Another car is sliding on his roof. I think that's the 12 of Ryan Newman. Yes, it is. No, that's Kurt Busch in the 12. Once again this week. Caution comes out for the second time today. And pretty much every competitive car that was left has been taken out. Through the tri-oval, here comes Riggs once again. Back to the caution flag. Scott Riggs continues to lead from Talladega. And another big crash puts us back under the yellow. Bobby East, that 43 car, destroyed. Man. They were bouncing off each other, looked to have it saved. And then the 28 goes down to block the 8. They make contact. Oh, wow. They made contact, and watch the 42. Gets hit in the right rear tire, picks it up off the ground right as he impacts the wall. And that just sends the 42 car rolling down the back straightaway. It's up onto its side, and then Kurt Busch gets popped up onto his roof. Take another look at it here. 30 Stanton Barrett gets some damage, and then further down, East is low, and then there's nowhere for him to go as the 42 of Montoya slides down right into his path. East went all the way down by the inside wall, thinking he had it avoided, and then there was nowhere for him to go as that 42 car came down right into his path. Caution is out for the second time today. Let's jump back into it. Here we go once again, double file through the tri-oval. Green flag back in the air. We're racing once again. Scott Riggs clears the top, goes up to block it. Lots of shuffling around further back. We're running out of competitive cars in this race. Brad Coleman in that 18. He's still got a shot at it. How about Todd Cleaver? Cleaver was robbed of the win at Texas, as we mentioned. Looking for redemption here today as he takes the lead from Talladega. Mark Martin, his teammate, started right behind him in this race, and these two have been with each other from the drop of the green up until this point. Now it looks like maybe they'll stick together here. Well, Martin got left behind, but they both just switched to the outside now. Very interesting move. Because why would they do that? I guess to let Riggs in line and just kind of ride behind him. I'm not sure. But there's not many cars left, so these runs are going to be harder and harder to get. So you're going to have to just take any run you get now at this point if you want any shot at winning this race. 18 gets shuffled out of line. He's falling back. Rookie mistake from Brad Coleman there. He's going to hop back in line, though. Right in front of Marcos Ambrose. We're going to going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Talladega Super Speedway. We've only got a couple laps left in this thing and not really many competitive cars left, but we do have a pack of 6 here that have run away from the rest of the field, and looks like they're going to go at it for the win as Todd Cleaver takes the lead. Once again, down the back straightaway from Scott Riggs, and now here comes David Stremme on the bottom. Stremme with a push from the 06 of Mark Martin, as those two go out in front, or at least they tried to. Martin ditches the 22. Everybody's ditching everybody. They're looking at 4 wide in the tri-oval, but Riggs thought better of it. Brad Coleman, Tony Stewart, Scott Riggs, Mark Martin. David Stremme and the 26 of Todd Cleaver. All the 6 cars that are left in this race without damage, racing for the win. This is going to be interesting. Go. 3 to go. Cleaver has the lead. The 9 back to the inside. Just like Texas, Cleaver trying to win, trying not to have the race taken at the last second by a driver in that number 9 car. And oh boy, we got lapped cars up there side by side in front of our leaders. Hopefully they'll sort that out by the time they catch them. We got a group of 3. It's Menard, DJ Kennington, and Kyle Busch off turn number 4. They're coming through the tri-oval right now as the leaders enter the tri-oval. They're exiting the tri-oval. They're crossing the start-finish line now as this group of 3 heads into 1 and 2. The group of 3 exits 1 and 2 now. And here comes the lead pack. So they're definitely going to get there. 2 laps to go. Yeah, that closing rate is quick, man. It is extremely quick. Drivers now trying to position themselves, figure out where they want to go to avoid this. The 9 tried to pick the middle. That wasn't the right lane. Here comes the 22 down low. The entire inside line is going to get a freebie here as they work their way past. And the 26 of Cleaver get in line 2. He's going to get underneath the 5 of Kyle Busch as we come to the white flag one more time around. And Cleaver's got to be fed up with lap traffic at this point because he's lost the draft completely. 4 cars breaking away from the field with a shot to win this one. Scott Riggs completely out of it. So the 9 car has also been cost a win, a possible win by lap traffic. Here comes Brad Coleman on the inside in the 18. The rookie looking for his first career victory here in the Money Grand National Series. He's cleared the 33 off turn 4, but here comes Mark Martin. Here comes Stremme down to push Martin. No, he's going to take him 3 wide. 3 by 3 through the tri-oval for the final time. At the stripe, it's going to be Stremme. Wow. What a finish. David Stremme steals it at the last second with a crazy 3 wide move on the inside that nobody saw coming. Wow. What a finish. I cannot believe what we just saw. In the middle of 3 wide, Martin has no shot. He has no help whatsoever. The 26, the Cleaver, I think he was trying to get under there. Yeah, they were 4 wide at the stripe. Because Cleaver had his they were still 3. But Cleaver was trying to make it 4 there at the line. Because he wanted a shot. He wanted to try and steal it. He had a huge run. He was tired of getting his races ruined by lap traffic, and he wanted to try and steal this one at the last second, but just couldn't quite. Ran out of room, ran out of time. But he definitely tried it, and I think him being behind the 22 for a split second there might have been what helped Strimmy pull this off, because he didn't have any real momentum until that 26 car got there. That pushed him out in front, and then a photo finish. The 06 noses out the 18 for second. The 18 of Brad Coleman comes home P3, Todd Cleaver P4, Tony Stewart rounds out the top 5. What a finish here from Talladega. I know y'all thought we couldn't get any good racing here with only 6 cars at Talladega, but they, on the last lap, they all stepped it up. They were all waiting for that opportunity, and when the time came, they stepped up and went for it. So kudos to all these drivers for putting on the show, but unfortunately that's going to do it. Let's go ahead and look at your point standings now. After, what's that, 9 races in the season? Let's see, 2007 MGNS Series. Charlotte is next. Oh boy, this will be a wild one. As we already know, that can get crazy. David Strimmy leads the points with 2 wins. Oh wait, he's won before? Did I say first career? Did I say first career win, or did I say he steals one? I don't know. But anyway, I don't even think he's a rookie. David Strimmy leads the points, 2 wins on the season. 10 points over Todd Cleaver with no wins, but he's been very consistent so far this season. Paul Menard with 1 win and 4 poles sits third in points with Kyle Busch with 1 win and 1 pole, sitting second, or excuse me, 4th. I'm tripping. Clint Boyer, 1 win, 1 pole, finishes sitting 5th in points with Kevin Harvick with 1 pole, sitting 6th. Brad Coleman, Denny Hamlin, who won a race apparently, I believe Mexico City. Marcos Ambrose and Mark Martin round out your top 10. Then there's Kelly Byers, Kyle Krisaloff, David Reagan, J.J. Yaley, Bill Elliott, Dave Blaney, Tony Stewart, Bobby Hamilton Jr., Martin Truex Jr., and Shane Huffman rounding out the top 20 in points. A lot of MG Cup drivers doing double duty this season, and a lot of them inside the top 20 in points. So this will be interesting. See how the young guns can mix it up against the big names here. That's going to do it though. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe. See y'all next time, and until then, peace.